Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. That got me right here because I said a lot of the same things, minus the honor student part. Yeah, well, I could have lied, I guess, but that wasn't happening over here. But I feel much the same way, and I believe I said many of the same things whenever I was sitting there to do this as well. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Anybody have anything to provide or ask? Okay. All right, moving right along. What has your personal involvement been with education in our community?
I'm trying to project.
It just got really real now.
Nice. So can we go ahead and repeat everything? No, just teasing.
All right, next up. What do you feel are the top 3 challenges facing our schools today?
I think we have a variety of challenges. I think we are looking at socioeconomic issues in our community where we have students from different backgrounds, not only culturally, ethnically, but also now socioeconomically. So we look at the lower, middle, upper class, and we are starting to see larger gaps. So we have children that are coming into the school district that have very little resources, and then we have some that have a lot. Trying for educators to bridge that gap and make sure that we're providing the best education that we can for those children is really important. So to me, socioeconomics in our community in particular is really important. I think we have a lot of social justice issues going on, social identity issues with our children that have the potential to cause a lot of divide. I think in the process of these children trying to express themselves and their identity, there's a lot of pushback from the different generations. So allowing children to have their identity in a healthy way, in a mentally health sound way, so that they can still come to school, feel safe, feel appreciated, and feel like they are cared about by the school administration is very, very important. Number 3. Drug and alcohol issues are very, very important with our children right now. In my practice over the years, I've seen a large variety of children, all the way from 3 years old the whole way up through 18. And it's a rare family that it has not been impacted by some type of substance abuse issue in one way, shape, or form. I'm no longer seeing children, by the way. So I felt that there was a time in my career where I was maybe aging out of it a little bit. I might come back to it. Right now, in my practice, I see 17 and up. And a lot of that is I think 17-year-olds are super cool. They're at this stage right now where they're trying to make a lot of decisions. But concerns about drug and alcohol, how it's impacting our children, not just substances in general, addictions, abuse issues. Those are my 3 major concerns.
Thank you. Do you have any conflicts of interest that might be viewed as limiting your objectivity as a board member here at Susquenita?
I don't feel I do. I feel, when I heard about the position, I immediately thought, no. It's going to be a lot of work. And then the more I thought about it, I thought, I'm a really good candidate for this. I have a lot of experience with children, families, mental health, and my job requires objectivity on just about every level. My code of ethics requires it, so I will not have a problem with that.
Thank you. And what do you feel that your role as a board member should be?
Representing the students, the needs of the students of this school district of any age, making sure that their needs are met educationally, emotionally, socioeconomically if possible. Whatever I can do in order to advocate for them in terms of their education is what I want to do.
Thank you. Are there any board members that have any additional questions they'd like to ask? At this time, are there any questions that you would like to ask of us?
No, I think I did my research. I'm fairly certain I know what I'm getting into.
I am curious about the costumes that she would wear when she was observing.
I'm sorry, Dr. Jones, you missed your opportunity to ask.
But I can ask that. I'll ask that later. And I want to see pictures.
That was probably it was a very difficult job to do. It was emotionally taxing. There were areas, Harrisburg, Allison Hill, that I had to walk into that I actually needed accompanied to protect me from gangs. And that was one of the funner parts, I have to say. The more amusing parts of that job was I had to observe these kids. They already knew who I was, but, you know, Amy with dark hair had to become blonde. And once they realized it was me, that was fun too. It was like the unmasking, and it's like, why is my therapist dressing up in a different outfit? But the motto of that evidence, that was a blueprint model. And the idea was whatever it takes. That was the motto, and we literally did whatever it took to get those kids back on track. So it was a very gratifying job, but yeah, lots of fun dressing up and changing identities. I was student teachers, I was all kinds of different things. Try to, you know, assimilate in and disguise myself the best I can.
All right. Does any other board member, other than Dr. Jones, have anything they would like to provide or ask? All right. At this time, I would like to make a motion to appoint Amy Reed to fill the unexpired term in Region 3 as a school board director.
So moved. Or you made the motion.
I made
Second.
the motion. Yeah.
Second.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. At this point, is there any discussion? All right. Hearing no discussion, I'm going to ask Dee to take a roll call vote on this.
Mrs. Walborn?
Yes.
Mrs. Singley?
Yes.
Mrs. Rabin?
Yes.
Dr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Fry?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Congratulations or condolences are in order, yes. At this time, I believe now Angela will come down and swear you in.
Thank you, Angela, for being here this evening.
Yes, absolutely. I do. Do you need it now? Okay, all right. I, Amy L. Reed. Do solemnly swear. That I will support. Obey and defend. The Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the Commonwealth. And that I will discharge the duties. Of my office with fidelity. I have computers that do that for me. That's fine. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
One more round of applause.
Am I out of the hot seat yet?
Almost, almost.
Baby, you're just moving to a new one.
Yeah. Say.
You're just shifting the hot seat.
Yeah, realistically, at this point, you could move right over to there.
You get flanked by the Amy's. The Amy artists.
All right, anyhow, at this point, I'm going to make a motion to adjourn this meeting to executive session, and then caucus will resume afterwards, and the link that is currently running will hopefully be the one, if you're watching online, that you'll just come back to. So again, motion to adjourn to executive. We will resume at 7 o'clock.
So moved. Second.
Okay, all right, any discussion? Anyone opposed? Okay, hearing none, motion